Had no need to fight tonight.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 guns in Call of Duty Mobile. Now I know that I did take like a 2-week break. It's mainly just because the game was getting kind of repetitive and boring, and I thought that taking a break would make things a bit more fresh. But I will be uploading a bit less than usual from now on, just because I've become much more busy in life. I'd really appreciate if you guys went ahead and liked, comment, and also shared this video. Just because since I'm coming back after a bit of a break, YouTube it's not gonna like me at all. The algorithm is gonna completely fail me. So just do me a favor and yeah, just share this video around. But just before we get into the video, I just want to say that the PPSH is going to be the honorable mention of this video. It's a very good gun for close range, but I just don't think it is versatile enough to make it into the top 5. However, you can definitely argue that this gun deserves a top 5 spot. So yeah, that's going to be PPSH as the honorable mention. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into the top 5. I also just want to give a warning that my aim's going to be pretty bad since I haven't played in like 2 weeks. But yeah, coming in at the number 5 spot, as you can see on screen right now, we have the Type 25. Now, although the Type 25 was nerfed, I still think that it still does its job well. It's a very aggressive AR with a very fast fire rate, and I've got a 46 round mag on it here. So even though it has a fast fire rate, you don't run out of bullets quickly, and you can take out a lot of enemies, or if you miss a bunch of shots, you can still finish off a guy. I would have to say that one of the biggest downsides of this weapon is that the iron sight is not very good, which means that you have to put a red dot on it to, be accurate. So combined with the fact that it's been nerfed, I just don't think that it deserves a top 3 spot anymore. You guys can argue otherwise, but I think that most people in the COD mobile community would agree with me when I say that the Type 25 is still a great weapon. However, now you have better ARs than the Type 25, which are going to be on this list. So yeah, that's the Type 25 at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the SKS in a tie with the SVD. Now, I know I say this every single season, but these two guns have the potential to be the most broken weapons in the game. Now, as you can see with the SKS here, you're basically guaranteed most of the time to get a 2-shot. And if you hit that headshot, you're getting that spicy 1-shot. Combined with this very fast fire rate and its ability just to use an iron sight, just like you're running around with an AR, it feels very, very broken. However, I would say that the reason it isn't number 1 on this list, even though it's obviously like statistically better than every other gun on the list, along with the SVD as well, I'd say that both these guns aren't going to be top 1 just because you do get punished for missing shots as compared to a fast firing AR and SMG. If you miss shots, it's not going to be that big of a deal unless you're missing your whole magazine. With these weapons which have a slower firing rate, once you miss shots, you will get punished for it. So it's one of those high risk, high reward guns, which is why it's not consistent enough. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the Kilo 141. Now, don't be mistaken, it's not the marksman rifle. It is one of the newest assault rifles in the game. And I think that this thing is an absolute laser, especially with this loadout. I am absolutely destroying people, whether it's close range or longer ranges. I think that it's probably one of the most consistent guns on this list, combined with the fact that it has barely any recoil. The fire rate is a bit slower, so it feels more controllable. It just feels really amazing, and honestly, I really like this gun. I think that right now at this stage, the Kilo 141, could even take the number 2 spot over the next gun on the list. You guys will have to see. Yeah, it feels absolutely amazing. I think the buff really did it justice. I don't think it's broken though. I think that I think it's just fun to use, to be honest. And if you guys haven't tried this gun out yet this season, I definitely recommend you guys to do so because it feels very easy to use, especially with this loadout because no recoil, heaps of range. It just feels like an absolute laser. As you can see, you can easily spawn trap people. And yeah, it just feels great. I don't really have that much else to say. Let's move on to the number 2 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have my favorite gun on the list right now, and that is the M13. Now, the M13, it's an AR that has pretty good movement. It has an okay iron sight, I would say, but it just feels so clean. especially if you have that mythic skin. Now, I don't have the mythic skin, but for those who have the mythic skin, y'all are so lucky because that mythic skin, holy, it feels good. But even with the default, the free-to-play version, it still feels absolutely amazing. Just like the #1 spot, it's one of those guns that just feel really great to play with, and these stats also back it up as well, and it overall just makes it a very well-rounded weapon. I wouldn't say that it's exactly broken, because I've seen some seasons with some very broken weapons. I wouldn't say the M13 is one of those. However, if you guys just want to have a bit of fun in ranked, or even if you want to go full sweat and you want to use this gun in scrims and stuff, I still feel like the M13 is the AR, the best AR in the game right now. And that's why it's at the #2 spot. Coming in at the #1 spot, we have the CBR4. Now, I did tell you guys I took a 2-week break from this game, and I came back and I was so surprised that this weapon hasn't been nerfed yet. I literally took that break just so that I could come back with a new meta, but no. COD Mobile doesn't want to nerf the CBR4, so we're stuck here with this very, very good submachine gun, which can deal a lot of damage at close range, medium range, sometimes even long range. The recoil is pretty minimal as well. I wouldn't say that it has that much recoil. And overall, I'd say it's a very easy gun to use. Iron sight is okay. It's not the best, but it's still manageable. However, I would say that its ability as an SMG to have a fast fire rate, fast movement, and combined with its pretty decent magazine capacity and its pretty good time to kill, basically just it's an equation that just results in the best weapon in the game, and I think that is undisputed right now in the COD Mobile community. I don't think anyone's going to say that any gun's better than the CBR4. I think it's very apparent that this weapon just trumps all others. However, actually, I was going to say something about however, but off the top of my head, I cannot think of something that's that bad about this weapon. So yeah,